This call is now being recorded.
Good morning, everyone.
Only one crop. A Fido for. I'm also joined in.
Guy, Mami?
Good morning, everyone. It will be starting in 3 minutes, so I just wanted to give you a heads up. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello,
Can
hello,
you
hello.
please confirm? Yeah. Okay, perfect. But before we begin out, kindly request that we all keep our microphones on mute.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My name is Karen Namu, and I'm a member of Fido, and today I'll be your moderator. Welcome to this month's edition, and this month's webinar is centered around a very, very interesting topic that has been a burning question for most of us here. So, just to set the ground with a few ground rules. Please, if you have a question, look beneath the screen of the Google Meets. You see the sip emoji, this one. So when you click on this, I will call you and then you can speak. Alternatively, you can drop your questions inside the comments and I'll be reading them as we go by. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our esteemed speakers. So we have with us Mr. Restus Numaji. He's a seasoned marketing professional and with a strong business background in management and business development and marketing as well. He works with Built Financial Technologies, and Built is the team of chartered accountants, financial analysts, developers, and marketers. And they focus on SMEs in Africa. So we are honored to have you here, Mr. Restus. Can you give us thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome. We also have from Fido, we have Ian Hatful, who is a content and product marketing manager, over 10 years experience in digital marketing, and is focused on SEO, analytics, content, and product marketing. Mr. Jazz, we can't see you. Mr. Ian, can you give us a shout?
Hi,
Thank you
everyone.
very much. Also, we have from Built, we have Mr. Boateng. He's a payables and reporting officer, with a strong background in financial management and a passion for digital transformation. Can you give us a shout wherever you are, sir?
Hi, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you very much. And last but not the least, we have Mr. Foster Lati, who is a marketing and automation analyst at Fido. He has over 13 years experience in sales, marketing, and business development. So we are pleased and honored to have all these amazing individuals here, and they're going to be sharing a wealth of insights for us here to answer all the different questions that we have. So, without further ado, but before that, ladies and gentlemen, can you please drop your names, your contact details, will be your number or your emails inside the chat. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them inside the chat. All right, so my first question is going to go to Mr. Ian, and this is around why going online is critical. But before that, we already know the theme, but I'm going to reintroduce it. It's scaling your business from offline to online. We're highlighting the key steps in this area. So, Mr. Ian, why do you think it's so important for businesses to go online in 2024? What are some of the biggest advantages you see?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. I hope at the end of the day, we have all learned a thing or two, whether it be business owners or consumers and customers as well. Thank you, Karen, for the question. It's 2024, and it's very important for most businesses, or I would say all businesses, to become online. Mainly because right now a lot of people are able to access the internet, a lot of people have mobile devices, and if you are not scaling your business online, and evolving your business to come online, I wouldn't want to say you'll be left behind, because some people still prefer to have their businesses offline, but there are quite some key advantages that you can take um, into consideration as to why it is important for you to take your business online. I'd like to tackle the question from two different perspectives. We're going to be looking at the perspective of the customer, and then we are also going to be looking at the perspective of the business. But I'm going to like to talk about the business first. First and foremost, every business is being run to make profit and then also save as much money as possible. Once you are scaling your business to come online, and not necessarily putting an end to your brick and mortar business or however way you're running your business, it's easier for you to save money. It's cost effective if you bring your business online. You're probably not going to be paying rent, you're going to be paying utility bills and all of that. Bringing your business online makes it much more easier for you to run things on your end without spending a lot of money on your end as well. As a business owner, it also gives you the opportunity to get a lot of insights about your business, be it feedback from your customers, or also comparing yourself to your competitors online as well. And having all this information and data allows you to make decisions that are going to help boost your business, because people can easily leave feedback or leave a review for your business, and you know that, okay, I'm not offering the service well, or maybe I'm not doing the best when it comes to XYZ in my business as well, which is also very, very important as a business owner. As a business owner, it also opens the door for more opportunities because you're able to reach a wider audience. Once you come online, your business may be somewhere, let's say at Medina, you have a store at Medina where you're probably selling mobile phones. If somebody's all the way in, let's say, East Cantonment or Laboni or something, if the person doesn't come to that side of town, they are most likely not going to know your business, unless, of course, a customer who knows you kind of refers them to your business. But once you come online, people all over the country are able to see your business, whether be it on Instagram, be it on Facebook, or just having your business listed on a platform like Gigi as well. So you're able to reach a wider audience as well, and that also helps you scale your business, which essentially it's very good and a positive impact on your business. If you look at it from the point of the customer as well, we make things easier for your customer. It's things become more convenient. People can easily come online, see your business. If, let's say, you have different products available, you have pictures of the various products available, it's easy for them to take a look at your products and make a decision as to if they're interested in your products or not, rather than driving all the way or coming all the way to your brick and mortar business, wherever you may be located, whether it may be in your house or you have a store that you're renting somewhere. People are able to access your services online, and they're also able to look at the various options that you have available for them. Being online also gives you a competitive edge if you have competitors that are also not online, because you are able to see their customers as well. Their customers are able to see your business, they're able to see your services, and this creates some sort of, it gives them your customers the ability to compare your services to other people, because I can see, okay, business A, business B, they have the same products. I can look at their pricing, I can look at the reviews that people have left them and compare their services. So as a business owner, whether it's products or whether it's a service that you're offering, I think it's very essential for you to come online, as it only has nothing but positive impact for your business. It also has negative impact as well. But if you look at the positive side on how much and how fast you can scale your business, I think it's very important for every business to be online. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ian. I appreciate that. That was very, very insightful. Guys, I really appreciate you dropping your contact details in the chat. Please be mindful to also add your businesses, what you do, and inside the chat as well. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ian. So to Mr. Foster, from your perspective, how does going online help businesses connect with their customers and grow?
Yes, so I like the fact that Ian came largely from a product perspective. So I would want to come from the service perspective. So, for instance, you are a mason or a plumber. You are thinking, okay, so how does this apply to me? How can I scale my business online? How can I do more online? And yes, you can do so much online. There's a lot you can do. all of what Ian mentioned are very useful tips that can help you. So, for instance, like you said, you are a mechanic in or a plumber in, let's say, Medina or something. You're saying, okay, and a lot of people know me in Medina. How can I scale to other localities, other places, and let people request business from me as well? So going online, using the online routes would be the easiest and the cheapest way, for instance, to scale your business if you're a service business. It's like getting online is actually very useful for a service business, and it will be great for you to try that option, for instance. So you don't need to think too big if you're a plumber or something, or a mason, a mechanic. You can start simple. You can start with a basic a small online page or a landing page or website. You can start with social media where you put your information out there, useful tips out there. You can even start with a small blog where you give people advice or tips on how to work around their cars, useful driving tips and basic things like small things. If you're a plumber, for instance, you can liaise with, let's say, people in who sell spare parts, who sell these things, and then you can say, okay, I would also want to retail these things. So you don't even need to have stock or anything. You can just have a small storefront where you have parts where you're selling, and when someone makes an order or request, you can go pick it up from Abosokan or somewhere, go deliver to them as part of your offerings you are giving them. So there are ways to push your services beyond what you do. As a plumber, for instance, or as a mason, it will be nice to have a website, for instance, that has history of your work, what you've done. So obviously with the client's permission, you can take pictures of your before and after work, for instance, put it out there. So the people you're a mason, what proves that you're a mason, for instance? If I want a mason and someone comes and you come to me that, oh, yeah, you're amazing. You can do the work for me. Well, what have you done in the past that shows you can do the work? And what shows that you can even do the work very well? So a history of what you've done in the past on the website or your social media handles can prove to me that, oh, yeah, you're really a good mason. You're telling me that what you said is what you can really deliver on that. And then I can easily hire you. And it even builds your value. So people, when you quote a price for what you want to do, people respect that because they know that you respect your work. You you scaled your business online so well that it's smooth. Your process is smooth, and people respect these things. They appreciate these things. So yes, going online is not just for product-based businesses. It's also for service businesses, and it doesn't matter the size. It applies for everyone and it's useful for all kinds of businesses, no matter the industry you fall in. So yes, this is to add to what Ian said, and yes, take it up. If you're not online, explore that option. It will be useful for you, and no matter the business or industry you fall in.
Thank you very much, Mr. Foster. That was very, very good. I'm glad you touched on services because whenever you get take your business online, a lot of people are thinking, go and upload your products. Also, there's this question: how about my services? How do I put it out there? And I like the fact that you touched on portfolios. And if you're a mason or if you're a mechanic or whatever business you find yourself into, create a portfolio, create an online presence, and then put yourself out there, put your services out there, put videos and pictures of work you've done in the past or stuff like that. It's amazing. And we have a couple of questions here. Please drop your questions inside the chat, but I'm going to start with, I see a couple of hands raised up. So Mr. Osai Kweku, can you take it away? I'll take a few questions. All your questions are very important and they're very, very valid to us. However, because we have just 1 hour, we have to properly manage. So I'll not be able to take everybody's questions, but kindly bear with me. Please put your questions inside the chat as well, but I'll call the names as and when I see. So Mr. Osai, please take us away.
Okay. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So I wanted to touch on what Mr. Foster was saying with the services. For instance, I'm a chef, and then I have a restaurant I'm building up now, but then I work at a restaurant already. So I wanted to know, for someone like me, how would I progress with the online services if I would have to? Would that mean like me joining, let's say, boat food or any of the food industries like the boat food, global, all that? Would that also count, or would I have to make like a website, and then would I have to upload videos and all those things before I can get more customers for my personal restaurant I want to build up?
Usually the advice I give people is start small. Don't you have a big picture, but you start small. So you have friends and family who will be interested in your product. Start with them. You don't need to have any physical shop or online shop yet. But the moment you start small with these people, you're able to know your audience. You know the typical customer persona basically that you want for your business. And when you know these things, when you're moving online, it's very easy. And so after building an online platform or presence, it can be done in one weekend. It's really easy to do, but just start small with who you know and who knows you right now. Once you build that profile of customers, you can now know, okay, this is based on my current audience or customers, this platform, Bolt or Haptel or Gigi or my own website will be useful because you know where these people like to buy their things from and you can be able to follow them there. So, for instance, let's say you have 5 current customers from your circle of family or friends. You know, these people like to buy stuff on, let's say, Instagram. They like to see stuff on Instagram. Then you know, okay, well, if I build an Instagram page and start putting my products there, I'll get people like these, like my current customers. I'll get more of them like that. Then you can move on. It's a gradual process, but you don't need to go big right from the start. Start small.
All right.
Thank you very much,
Hello.
Mr. Foster, and
Everything.
thank you, Mr. Osai, for the question.
Hi.
Because of time, we'll just move forward. I've seen the questions.
Hi,
I guarantee you I'll read them. But because of time, we just need to be able to facilitate this. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Restus,
Yeah, I want to add to.
I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. I want to add to what my brother Foster has said right now. I think the one asking the question says he works currently in a restaurant. So he wants to know how he can start his own business. First of all, if you are working in a restaurant, I don't know the contract you have with the people. And if you want to do something like that, one, conflict of interest. So you should look at, if you want to put your business on the third-party website, you should look at the kind of contract you have with your people. If you are cooking banku for restaurant A, and you'll be selling that same banku on Glovo, meanwhile your where you work and gets paid is still on Glovo, it's questionable. So you really have to look at that. But I think most chefs I know have their own business, side gig, places they cook. So the first point I would advise you to take is explore Facebook, Instagram page, and also a WhatsApp business page. That place you have, it's free. So you can share everything you think it's needed for you to grow your business there. Every food that you cook, you can take a picture, post it there. You can actually have levels. Okay, this is Banku. People can actually go there. You create a portfolio there for yourself, share videos, and also what our brother said earlier, create content whilst you are cooking. Let's know, involve us in the process, so that we'll get to appreciate you, grow your audience. So once you set up your own business, you already have a followership, which translates to your first set of clients. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for chipping that in. That was very, very key. I have a question for you, Mr. Restus, as well. Before we get into that, Mr. Ian, you have something to say?
Yes, I also wanted to add up to what Foster said, but I think Restus has said most of it. I was also going to suggest that he also focuses more on creating a social media page. I think what I was going to recommend for him was, I think he should actually really focus on TikTok, mainly because it's very easy to go viral on TikTok, depending on the kind of content you're creating. He mentioned that he's working in a restaurant, which was perfect for him because, like Restus mentioned earlier, he can involve us in the whole process. He can do videos like a day in the life of a chef at, let's say, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Then he takes videos from him leaving the house, picking his transport or driving to the establishment in which he works with, how he prepares his tools, his knives, everything. So it's like a whole process where you're involved. And a lot of people like videos like that. You show them how you guys do your meal prep. You take pictures of that, you take videos when you prepare the food, and then the final thing. Videos like that are very engaging, they are very interesting. And then, like Restus said, you are eventually going to create a following. So before you even start your restaurant, people have seen all of these videos. They know that you can actually cook because they have seen you cook, they have seen your whole process. And even before you even think about even opening your own restaurant, people will probably already be messaging you asking if you offer services where you can come and cook for them and stuff like that. So I think a platform like TikTok would be very good for you. And one of the things you can do on TikTok is go to TikTok, go to the search where you search for videos and search for cooking content or search for content by chefs. You're going to see quite a number of videos that various chefs are doing, and you see what is trending. You can use that sound, you can use that beat and do similar videos, and then use the right hashtags. And that is really going to help you put yourself out there and create an audience all the same. So I think you should really try out TikTok, and I think it's really going to help you create an audience for yourself and put yourself out there. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, Ian. And so, Mr. Restus, my question for you was based on your experience at Built Technologies, right? Can you give us a real world example of what it means like to have a business online?
All right. So, there's this myth that having a business online is creating a website. That's the understanding everybody gets when they say have your business online. So you need to first of all understand the kind of business you are doing and where you are going. Having a business online can even start with Excel. I shared this experience every time, I think on radio last week to us as well, that we were doing a community outreach, a market outreach. We got to a shop, and the shop uses Foolscap to record their books, like record sales and other things. I was there. We were talking to the woman. Oh, me, dear, I'm selling these things virtually. I put everything. I have everything in my book. And fortunately for us, because it's to our advantage, he has a toddler, and the toddler tore the book. In our presence, the toddler tore the book, and I was like, "This is the perfect time to sell. I don't need to even talk plenty. Your records are gone. Flood happens, your records are gone. Everything, your records are gone." So online basically means using digital means to transact business. So you can even start with Excel. Excel, you don't need to pay for it. Have data of all your clients. Everybody get feedback. So creating now, I'm sure everybody on this platform knows have a social media account because you're invited here, and you have a Gmail account. That's why you're connected to Google Meet. So getting on Facebook, getting on Instagram, like I mentioned, TikTok, that goes so viral. There are a lot of opportunities out there to get on there. But in my perspective, at Built, what we try to do here is to make sure every business goes digital, because per the records, 82% of Ghanaians uses phone. That means the world we have now is here. And the advantage you have is you will be here, being here, putting something out there. I have someone in Tanzania buying. So it gives you that wider reach. So going online gives you that wider reach. And you would, the block and the concrete sort of the four walls, you can actually run that from your home. So it saves you costs, it gives you a wider reach. You have a lot of data insights on your client. I know Karitin buys from me every Friday, so I have that data. Okay, this Friday, okay, when I'm recording in my Excel every Friday, I've realized that Karitin has been buying from me. So let me target an ad. Let me call him. Oh, this Friday he didn't buy from me. Karitin, what's happening? The beans is ready. Why are you not ordering this time? It gives you that insight. It gives you a data that you can use to target your client, even improve on your customer service. Improve on your customer service. So things like this are the reason we started Built 4 years ago when we launched the platform, there was basically to record sales and expense, do payment. But over the period, we've added a lot of features. As of today, we have SMS feature. So your client, let's say, like the explanation I was giving earlier, Carrington buys from me every Friday. So every Friday is Gobe Day. Let's say I run a restaurant. So I have my Friday client that I can select and send SMS on the same platform. So you don't need to necessarily develop your own platform to be doing all these things. You have a platform that you can use to send an official invoice that makes you look so authenticated. Because if I'm doing a business with Fido right now, I'm not sure if I tell Fido, okay, I'm selling this thing. The first thing my bosses on the call, Ikea and Kofi, will ask me is, please send invoice so that I will send it to finance to approve. We've made it so simple for you that you can just use your phone to send invoice wherever you are. So going online, it's actually where we are going to, because when I wake up, even when I want to pray or want to even read my Bible, I use my phone to read my Bible. So everything happens on a mobile phone. So going online is actually the way forward right now in business. And we have to know the kind of business we run and target, know the kind of routes to choose when you are going online. If I'm running a service business like my colleagues explained, I know what to do. If I'm running a product business, I know what to do. But some people may think, oh, okay, I'm a plumber. I can't even read or write, but you use phone, you send voice notes. What stops you from recording yourself video and posting? That's also a means. So you don't need to necessarily know how to read and write to generate content. No, there are a lot of people I know have interfaced with. Some are even influencers that can't even write. When you give them contract to sign, they can't even read and write. But they are influencers because they are able to take their phone, record a video explaining what they do and what the advantage they can give to your brand. And we are all running to them to promote our various businesses. So you can start from understanding your business, where it is right now, and face it. Okay, I think in the course of the webinar, we will explain on how you can handle that. So for now, let me leave it here for my other panelists to speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Restus. I think my key takeaway, the punchline in what you said would be, actually write it down. It said online means using digital means to transact your business. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a website, it doesn't necessarily have to be a platform, even having Excel. Just anything you do digitally, business-wise, is part of transitioning your business online. And I appreciate that. So guys, if you just joined us, we are still talking about the scaling your business from offline to online, and we're highlighting the key steps to success. Mr. Ian has spoken. He touched on product-based businesses where you could upload pictures of your business, your product, what you do. And then Mr. Foster also spoke about service-based businesses as well. Also, I'd entreat our speakers to kindly address some of the questions inside the chats, because like I said, we have limited time. So if we can, answer some of the questions, because especially the tools that you use, because some people are asking what platform do you use to do what and all that. So if you could kindly respond to some of the questions inside there while I still address the others who have their hands up, and so we can facilitate the entire meeting. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are transitioning to the key steps to success here. So this question is to our speaker, Mr. Ian. So now that we understand the importance, let's talk about getting started. What are some of the basic steps a business must take to successfully transition online?
Thank you, Carrington. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible and very clear, so our audience can easily pick up these examples and start running with them. First is already mentioned quite a number of things about Excel and all of that. But I think one of some very important steps that you need to take as a business when you're transitioning online, the most important one is doing research. Let me just use the gentleman who just gave an example of his business or his services as a chef. Research for him will involve visiting the various social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of that. Look at how people are engaging with people that offer similar services. Which platform looks or gives these people the most engagement? Like I mentioned before, I recommended TikTok for him for various reasons. So you need to do your research and understand your target audience. Then again, you also have to look at your target audience. Who are these services for? If you look at this age group or this demographic of people, where do they spend most of their time on? If we are looking at the age range nowadays, you can probably say kids of today from, let's say, probably from 16 to 26, 27, you most likely wouldn't really find them active on Facebook. They are more likely going to be active on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and a lot of people are spending a lot of time on TikTok as well, whether they are old or whether they are young. So if you are having a services that's catering to these people, these are some of like the platforms that you must definitely include in your strategy or definitely consider that you're going to take your business on. You also decide what are you going to be doing. Do you have the budget to create a website? Do you have the know-how or the skill set to build a website on your own? There are various platforms or various websites that allow you to build it for free. You can look at a website like Wix, where you can easily build a website for free. And Wix is just Wix. You can quickly Google that and see what it is. You can easily build a website on your own because they literally give you tips where you can just drag and drop the pictures that you have taken of your businesses, and you're just going to edit the text quickly for people to just find you online. You also look at the various social media platforms, like I mentioned, and then you also do research and decide which platform you want to look at. And you also need to decide what is the goal of you coming online. Are you looking to create awareness for your business? Are you looking to engage with your customers more? Are you looking to also reaching a wider audience, or let me just say scaling your business? All of these data that you're going to gather is going to help you decide on what platforms you want to go to. Someone can decide, okay, he doesn't really have a lot of time or he's not too tech savvy to be on certain platforms. So the best he's going to do is going to be on Gigi. He's just going to take pictures of, let's say, tables that he has designed or beds that he has made. And this is in case you're a carpenter. You have pictures of a bed that you have done. You just create an account on Gigi. You post a picture of the bed. You just put your phone number on there, and then you put the price of the bed on there. That's somebody who is easily scaling his business through Gigi. Someone else can also go a step further and create a whole Instagram page, have different pictures, have different videos, and he's also scaling his business online with Instagram. Someone can also have his business on Gigi, his business on Instagram, his business on TikTok, his business on Facebook as well, to cater to diverse customers as well. So there are different ways that you can look at how you want to transition your business online. It all depends on your budget, how tech savvy you are, and even if you have people around you who are also tech savvy, who can also help you set up these things. Like if you are in a compound house or you rent in an apartment, you can find somebody who's young, just speak to them now, oh, I have this business, I'm looking to come online. Can you help me create a page? And they can easily help you do that. Once you are able to do all of these things, it gives you a fair idea on how you want to scale your business. And once you get that in mind, you're able to choose a platform. And once you choose that platform, you can just start taking pictures, uploading these pictures on these social media platforms, and then you are good to go. It shouldn't be too complicated. It's very simple. You just look at the various platforms available. You can search for your type of business. If you go to Instagram, just search carpenters in Ghana or just hashtag carpenters, you're going to see various businesses that offer carpentry services, right? So all of these things are things that you can look at and then make a decision on how you want to come online based off the platform and the customer base that you're looking to serve. Thank you, Carrington.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ian. So, Mr. Watson, I'll be coming to you soon. But I'm just checking the chats now. Mr. Godwin, you said you had something to share. Could you kindly unmute and share with us? Looks like we lost Mr. Godwin. So, Esther
He
McCaffrey.
he asked a question on rural. There's a question on the chat that if you can read. think I have a solution you can work with.
Okay. I don't see his question, but if you saw the question, can you address it for us?
Thank you for the wonderful teachings. Please, my question is, in a rural area where internet is not really accessible, there, what are some of the ways or strategies to help such entrepreneurs there, seeing that going online is strictly internet based? Going online is not strictly internet based. I can cite a lot of examples for you. There's a delivery app that's strictly USSD. I don't want to advertise any business on here, so let me not mention. And there's a lot of things you can do with USSD. USSD is simply short code. So if, let's say, I sell short code, I sell a product, and you might not put everything on there, but you can use the short code as a means to get the person's data and you reaching out to the person. So someone needs a plumber, they can just dial, let's say, star 4444 hash. When that star 444 hash is dialed, at the back end, it alerts me that, okay, the dialing number is 0244444 is trying, maybe that's a menu. So they choose that, okay, I need services, I need this, I need that. So you have a fair idea what the person needs before you even return the call, because you have the number, you have what they're inquiring about before you reach out to the person. So depending on what business you are doing, and like Ian said, you need to do a research. Which area are you? Where are you? What are your competitors? What platforms? What are my target markets? And what platforms would I use to reach my target market? So basically, online is it's not only internet based. USSD is not internet based. Thank you.
And can I add to that? USSD is really cheap. If you're a business that's in a location that is struggling with internet connection, yes, explore this advice. It's really good advice. USSD is cheap. I built a similar solution for a water business. They sell water, and USSD helped them a lot. And they were virtually paying around 120 CDs for the entire cost of the USSD solution every month. And it brought them so much more business than what they were paying for it. And if you're a business in falling into this category, please explore USSD. It's really good advice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Restus and Mr. Foster. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, Mr. Boateng, so this question is for you. So when businesses are moving their operations online, especially in finance and accounting, what key factors should they be mindful of to ensure a smooth operation?
All right. Thank you very much, Carrington. Good morning, everyone. I haven't spoken as far. So, Carrington, this is a very interesting question. In fact, I get asked a couple of times, what are the things to look out for in finance and accounting, especially if you want to transition online? And the first thing I would like to speak to is that, for every business, you have some activities that are very, very pertinent. I mean, they are key in your operations. One of them is invoicing, that if you are rendering a service or you are selling products. Some people just do retail, so they may not go through invoicing route, but at least there is some form of receipting, right? So if you do invoices, you do receipts, you need to be mindful of your major activities. So I'm just mentioning a few: invoicing, receipting, expenses, right? Every business has one or two expenses that they need to manage. And of course, if you are operating in Ghana, you are subject to various tax laws and stuff like that, VAT and the likes, right? So you need to be mindful of your major activities. And you need to, think about how you are going to be able to measure your financial performance in all these aspects as well. So one of the things I usually, recommend for people in business, this thing has been said time and over. Restus did mention that try and get, a digital platform, right? So for every business that is looking to go onto the cloud or transition online, you need a reliable, infrastructure. And one of these things clearly is a software. And of course, when we talk about software, sometimes we take our minds to very far extent. a typical or a very easy software anybody can get hands on is Excel, as Restus mentioned, right? So try and get a software that you can use to, do away with the manual brick and mortar paper kind of doing things, right? Because it is more secure and it is rather more accessible than using, book and paper. And another thing in looking at the software is to find one that is that gives you that's a cloud-based solution, right? Gives you access to real-time information at any point in time, right? So oftentimes, I mean, of course, with Build, I will be a bit biased towards Build because Build, is an accounting software that helps all forms of businesses get real-time access to their financial activities on any internet-enabled device, right? So if you are transitioning online, one of the major things you cannot do without is a software. If you are not using Excel, I mean, Excel is a free version. Try and find one which is more affordable, right? And it's more accessible, like Built. Now, beyond that, also, you need to be mindful of, the activities that surround your cost, right? Because you need to make sure that you are not overspending. You are managing your costs, very well if you are transitioning online. And by that, you, of course, want to make sure whatever infrastructure, tech infrastructure you are going for or software you are going for is not one that is going to, put your pockets out of proportion, right? So allocate some form of, money or budget to getting some infrastructure. If there's a need for you to get a laptop, depending, I mean, all of this depends on the kind of business you're operating. So assess your business. If they need for you to get a laptop or a mobile phone or a desktop, an internet router, whichever, make sure you budget for these ones very, very well before you go into them. Because one of the major things that people lose out on is jumping onto online without having, oversight of the kind of or the level of cost that they have need to, budget for. So all of these things are very, very relevant, especially know the major activities that surround your business and your finance operations, and try and get a software to help you do that, right? And then also try and manage your costs in that respect. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Boateng. We appreciate that. And yes, guys, so please keep sending your question inside the comments, and speakers will address them and answer them because our time is almost up. It's 10:42, so we're going to bend through the questions real fast. So please drop them inside there. And I also have an activity for you. Fido is, I mean, the best at what we do. So we have a small package for you. I don't know if you've heard of Fido Biz. If you okay, kindly mute your mics, please. Thank you. If you've heard of Fido Biz before, let me see by a show of hands if anyone here has registered for Fido Biz. Just show your hands. I'll be looking through. Yeah, it could be a thumbs up. Amazing. So if you haven't registered for Fido Biz, this is your opportunity to do so. The first person to register for Fido Biz off of this call wins free lunch Monday. So guys, please mute your mic. Thank you. All right. Okay. So moving on. So we're moving on to the common mistakes to avoid, right? And this question is for Mr. Ian. What are some of the most common mistakes you've seen businesses fall into during this transition, and how can they avoid them?
Thank you, Carlton, for the question. I think one of the most common mistakes that businesses do when they're transitioning online, I think it's no strategy. I think you do find quite a number of businesses coming online without a clear strategy on how they are come to create their online profiles or how they are looking to scale their business online. If you don't have a strategy and a plan, you are just going to be all over the place. Today, you're saying, okay, let me try Instagram. If Instagram is not working, you're like, let me try Facebook, and you will not have time to focus on all of these platforms because you do not have a plan and you do not have a strategy in place, which is very bad. I also feel like a lot of business overcomplicates things. Try and keep it simple, very simple. take pictures, connect with your audience, and keep it very simple as well. Um, some businesses also fail to keep track of their data and analytics when they come online as well. That is something that's very important because it also helps you to become better in terms of scaling your business or improving your content or improving your services as well. Another important thing is your branding. Some customers or some people really neglect their branding. Um, Offline, they had their colors are, let's say, um, green and white, and then they come online and their Instagram page, all the posts that they are doing are yellow, red, blue, like different colors all over the place. And you need to have consistency when you come online so that customers and consumers can identify with your brand. When you see Fido colors and you know Fido, as soon as you see certain things, maybe certain logos, certain images, you are able to say, okay, this is from Fido because we have a consistent brand, we have consistent colors, we have consistent fonts that we use across all our social media platforms. So you need to also be consistent with your branding as well. And I think finally, I'll just mention a few. Finally, I'd like to say that also when you're coming online as well, especially if you're going to end up with a website, you need to also do not neglect mobile optimization because the vast majority or the vast number of people are going to be accessing your business through their mobile devices. You see, somebody has a beautiful website when you open it on the laptop, very nice colors, very nice transitions, and all of those things that we've seen on the website. But once you move to the mobile version, things are breaking. You see some text have moved to the corner. You can't really read everything that's being displayed. So I think these are some things or some mistakes that some businesses do. They do not have a clear strategy. They are not consistent with their branding. They don't optimize for mobile, and then they also overcomplicate things. It's very simple and very easy to come online. So don't be in limbo thinking about some crazy stuff. You can start very little, very simple. You can decide to start with just one platform, and as your audience is growing and you're getting comfortable with it, then you move to another platform. Do not overcomplicate things. It's very easy to move your business online and then scale your business essentially. So those are the few things I'll mention or some mistakes that I think are very important for you to take note of. Yeah. Thank you, Carrington.
Thank you, Ian. So again, if you just joined us, we've spoken about the key steps to success, and we are currently on the common mistakes to avoid when you're transitioning your business from offline to online. And our speakers have given a lot of insights. We've spoken about product-based services and product-based online presence, and then service-based ones as well. We've also spoken about why or how to do your business without necessarily using um, the internet. Mr. Restus spoke about that. We also spoke about some of the mistakes to avoid, and that's where we currently are. Also, kindly bear in mind that, and also check the chats. Our speakers are putting in the resources that you will need to facilitate your transition process. And also bear in mind that the challenge is still on for the Fido Biz. Kindly register if you haven't already, and we have something special for you on Monday for the first person who does that. So off the back. Okay, all right, sure.
Carrington, I want to come in. So one of the, in addition to what Ian just mentioned, one of the things, mistakes businesses also make when they're transitioning online is some businesses don't really appreciate the need for data or the need to organize data. So I'll give you a typical example. This recently happened to me. I had signed up to my favorite club locally is Hearts of Oak. I had signed up to their newsletter 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a really long time. I'd never received a single newsletter from them. All this while I had signed with them. Only last week, I'm sure they have the data. They have all of my data. They have my email address and everything. Only last week, I presume someone new is handling their digital media or something like that sort. Only last week, I got an email from them. And in this email, they were promoting their new storefront, where they've uploaded all of their merchandise, the club jerseys, shorts, boots, and stuff. So I clicked at the link and went there, and I saw some nice kits. And right there and then, I bought a shirt. Right there and then. And this is me. I'm someone who has signed up to a newsletter several years ago. So they had my email for all this while. They had never engaged with me, never sent me anything. But strangely enough, someone saw the need to do this, and all of a sudden, they promoted to me. And in that instance, I bought a jersey. So you can imagine what the power of data means. If you store this data and this data is with you, you can do so much with this. And I'm presuming in future, the House of Folk, for instance, they can even think of more things you can do with the data they have there. You can think of match tickets being sold online, a fan membership online. Some they can even stream matches online and promote, and I could be able to watch online. You can also do some behind the scenes content for me to pay and subscribe to and watch. So they had all this data, they were never using it. Someone suddenly sees the need to use the data, and they're already making money from old customers they have. So data is valuable, data is important. You keep the data, use the data. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Foster. So if anyone Hello, everyone. Apologies, we just had a minor network challenge. Okay, so I was asking Mr. Restus, and before that, right now. So, Mr. Restus, from your marketing perspective, right? What mistakes have you noticed, and how can businesses fix them?
All right, thank you once again. Some few mistakes. One, you have existing clients. So when you are migrating to the digital space, you may have to face it. First of all, telling your client, your existing client, that, oh, now I don't take orders by phone calls. Oh, no, I don't take orders like that. Go onto my website and click something on the website, and the order will be, you will lose clients. You actually lose clients. So there will be, when you're migrating, there will be some sort of resistance from the customers. So you have to communicate to the customers to see the benefits in going digital with you, and also technology adoption. There are a lot of challenges in adopting new things. So you would have to be very, 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 you need to train and support each of your clients in transitioning into online. You would have to train them very well and train your staff, everybody involved, you have to train, and you need to understand. You need to understand the platform you are using yourself to. And security concerns too are one of those challenges people see. I think Abdul asked in the question session, when I order, how sure am I that I'm contacting the right company? How sure am I? That's when a lot of people want, you don't pay me before I deliver. I'll deliver after you receive the goods. So when you gain that trust, you don't even need to tell them that, oh, they will pay, because maybe payment is integrated on the platform, or they will even pay before the order is sent to them. But from the beginning, you get that sort of resistance because of security concerns. That's why it's good to take your security very, very seriously. And one other thing that gets people to believe in some product is your socials. Because if I want to even buy from one website I'm not aware of, I go to their IG or Twitter to check their followership. We need to put a face to the brand so that we can actually see. Someone is asking if it's a small business. It's actually a small business. Even if a one-man business, there should be a face to the brand. That when I'm buying from, I know I'm not buying from some people that will take my money away. But there's some sort of security things that I know I'm assured of, that my money, I won't lose my money. Or it's not what you ordered for and what you get. I won't get a different product. I'll get the exact product. So those key things you have to, the customer resistance, the technological adoption, and security concerns are some of the challenges that we need to address whilst going digital.
Thank you very much, Mr. Restus. And I appreciate our speakers for putting the wealth of resources inside the chat. So please take your time, go through the chat and copy, because there's a lot of resource there. There's a lot of information there. And I would entreat our speakers. One more thing. We're going to move on to how to build an online strategy, but we have just 5 minutes to be able to do that. So I'd skip to how to overcome our challenges, but then please put what you think are strategies, like how we can build an online strategy inside the chat so that our viewers can also benefit from that while we move on to overcoming challenges. So this, my next question to Mr. Boateng would be, so one of the biggest questions we get is about finances, right? And what are the biggest financial challenges businesses face when moving online, especially if they're just starting out?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Carrington. So, like I said, oftentimes it's mostly when it comes to finance, it's mostly about cost. Yeah, so transitioning online, one of the major challenges, especially for starting businesses, is the initial startup cost, right? How much do they need to, start their business online? And by that, we are looking at items like technology investment, maybe websites, social media. There are some payments that you may have to make if you want your social media account to go viral and stuff like that. So sometimes the major challenge that most businesses or most startups face is initial setup costs, especially transitioning online, which is why we keep emphasizing that, for some softwares, it is very, very relevant that you get one that is very basic for your operation for the time being, and one that is very cost friendly or cost effective. So considering the way our economy is against other, the CD against other currencies, the USD and all of that, sometimes it becomes very challenging if you are buying software that are denominated in foreign currencies like the dollar and the pounds and the euros and stuff. So it becomes more prudent if you have a software that is even priced in your local currency, which is the Ghana cedi. So that with softwares like that priced in Ghana cedis, it helps you to be better at your initial setup cost management, right? So, and that is one thing that Built we looked at, when pricing our products. The basic price that a business startup would have to pay to use Built is 60 cedis, and a whole month just 60 cedis to help you manage your entire financial activities. Another thing, speaking about financial activities, is that for startups, mostly it's oftentimes starts with just one person who probably may not have knowledge of finance or accounting. And usually we've had interaction with businesses who have quite haphazard way of keeping their financial transactions. Some things are written here, some things are there. It is very relevant that you have all of these things harmonized on one platform, which is why Restus mentioned that even if it's Excel, try and make sure you keep all your financial transactions on Excel. The challenge with that is that you may need some form of customization for you to be able to see your report and all of that. But with a software like Built, you are able to manage all the financial transactions that relate to your business, including your income, where you use your invoicing and receipts for, and your expenses especially. These two are the major headaches for business to manage, especially if you are not managing them in a harmonized platform, right? And I keep saying this to people that no matter the kind of business that you are operating in, so long as you are in Ghana, you are subject to certain regulatory bodies. One of the major ones is GRA, and then also RGD. If you have employees, you may have SNITs, playing a major role in your operations, right? So for all these regulators or for all these, statutory bodies, there are some form of demand that they have on every business with respect to your financial activities. For GRA, you have to be paying your taxes and all of that. So if you are unable to keep a proper books, if you're unable to keep proper books, it will be very difficult for you to know how much tax that you are supposed to pay, right? And for most startups, they have this challenge that GRA will come to them, imposing certain tax amounts on them. And they have had to pay sometimes because they don't have accurate data on how their finances are looking like, right? So if you are starting out as a business, or if you are at the very initial phases, consider your cost very well. Sometimes it is even relevant that you go in for external, financing, the likes of Fido, base loan, and all of that. Sometimes it's relevant that you use some form of external financing. But most importantly, everything that your business is doing is about money. Try and make sure you have your finances well coordinated on a platform, right? And like I mentioned, for you to be able to manage the cost of these, these technological softwares and stuff, try and get one that is locally denominated, like built, so that you'll be able to, plan your cost effectively, so that you don't run out of money, in the shortest time. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. That was very, very resourceful. We appreciate that. So, guys, again, please drop your questions. And I put a couple of questions there for our speakers to address. So, and I see that you are putting the information there, and I appreciate that. So, guys, please feel free, check in the comments, take whatever information you need, because these are very, very useful. These are industry standard resources that they are giving to you, because these are very, very highly trained individuals, highly skilled individuals who know their work, they know their stuff, they know what they are talking about, and these are things that they're using in real life and it's working for them. So I'll entreat you to copy the information here, take it, and then use it to your advantage. All right, so we are 1 minute past time, so we're gonna zoom through. So my next question will be to Mr. Foster. How can businesses use data to identify potential challenges as they transition online? What should they be looking out for?
So there's very little time. Let me just skim through basically. So essentially, the most important thing is to get data on your customers. So you have existing customers, and use the data. When you get the data, use the data on these customers. So you might have their contact numbers, for instance, their phone or email address. It's not enough to have these and not use them. You need to contact them, reach out to them, and do your own kind of segmentation. So you have contacts of, let's say, over 2,000 people. Break them down. These people have similar traits. So you might have, let's say, the corporate category. You know what they are, what they like, and what's the similarities between them. Put them together with some sort, and then find a cheap, low-cost way of reaching out to these people. So you can basically, with their permission, put them in a WhatsApp group or something where you can send them WhatsApp blasts to say, okay, I have this new product, or maybe this is my new way of delivering my business, any sort of communication. Or you can send them an SMS to a very low-cost platform to reach out to them. So segmentation, like there are several ways of making sure you use your data to do more. So if a customer hasn't bought from you in like 2 weeks or a month, you know that this customer hasn't bought from me because you are using Excel, you've segmented your database and all of these things, and you can be able to reach out to them. So get the data, use the data, and segment your customer, know your customers, so that you also know what to communicate to them. Reach out to them, but don't be selfish. It shouldn't always be about getting your customers to buy from you. You should also be seen as actually looking out for your customers, actually seeking their needs, their interests, as well. And you can do that only if you have proper data on your customers. So this is what I'll add.
Thank you very much, Mr. Foster. So I just saw this interesting question from JCCM. The person's asking, is it possible to generate extra income for your business as a result of your social media presence? I'm going to throw this question to Mr. Ian.
Hi, thank you, Carrington, for that. Yes, it's possible to create income for your business through your social media channels. Just like I mentioned before, I once again use the guy who is a chef. If you're able to grow your social media platform to a certain level and garner some kind of engagement, there are various ways by which you can start earning money to your social media platform. One of them is through sponsorships. People can come, other businesses like a company that is selling knives can easily decide to sponsor your channel or decide to advertise on your channel. So you're going to be using their knives to be making your videos and also giving some feedback on how the knives perform. Another way you can also make money, even if you have not really grown your audience to such a large number, is there are various companies that have like kind of like referral programs going on. So you can do some research on, um, let's say knife brands running referral programs, and this is just going to the guy who is a chef. I can give other examples. So you look for some brands that are well notable that sell knives. They may have referral programs where you can have a unique link that you can share, and anytime somebody buys on their platform, you are paid a certain amount of money. And because you are creating all these videos, you can probably buy one of their knives, use those knives in your videos, and put a referral link that, or if you want to purchase this knife, you can just click on this link to buy this knife. And anyone that clicks on it and goes to make a purchase on that platform, you are going to be paid some sort of money. Some of these platforms pay as much as $50, as much as $100 as well. And if you take a platform like TransferWise, where you transfer money or make payments across different countries, and you're also, let's say, like a financial person like Samuel, you can be making educational videos where you basically review different financial apps. You can have videos about Fido, talking about the fact that Fido offers loans to various businesses and all of that. Fido currently has a referral program. You can have your link, put it in that video, and anytime someone downloads the Fido app and takes a loan, you are paid a certain amount of money. Or anyone downloads TransferWise and uses it with your referral link, you're going to be paid an amount of money. And even with that specific approach, you don't need to have tons and tons of followers. You can even just have 500 followers, and probably just 2 of them are going to click on the link, but are still going to get paid. And once you find out all of these various different avenues or different businesses that are running referral programs that align with what you are doing or what business that you run, you can easily integrate it in your day-to-day social media posts, and then you're going to get paid. And the other approach is also growing your social media to a certain number, and then Google start running ads on your platform, your Instagram running ads on your platform, and then you can monetize your channel, and then you can be getting paid. But I think the fastest way that you can get or start getting paid on your social media platform is looking out for different referral programs for various international or local businesses that relates to what you do. It doesn't even have to relate to what you do. You can even have your own profile and just write a blog educating people about the fact that Fido is a platform where you can easily access business loans and personal loans as well, and then put your referral link in there. Once people click on it, you're going to get paid. So I think that should answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Ian. Very, very useful information. Thank you, Godwin, for the compliments. Yes, yes. I told you that our speakers are very, very skilled individuals. So yeah, Mr. Ian, I have another question for you. But before you answer that, could you kindly, in the meantime, while you're answering, can you address Jennifer's question? She's asking to know what some of the platforms you spoke about are. So if you just drop down in the chat while you answer this next question that I have for you, and then within 1 minute, can you tell us, like, projecting, looking ahead, what trends do you foresee in the online business space that you feel like businesses could take advantage of? Sorry, Mr. Ian, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think looking into the future when it comes to online marketing, I think there are quite a number of things that are going to take place, and some of them have already started taking place essentially, right? If you look at the various social media platforms we have nowadays, you'll notice that a lot of them have integrated AI into their platforms. When you look at Snapchat now has an AI bot where you can talk to it and ask questions like on the go. Now WhatsApp has also introduced that. It's on Facebook, and these are bots that you can easily chat with and get information in real time. All I can say is in the future, I believe like AI is going to continue to be improved. It's going to scale on a larger on a larger level, and you have to find a way, or you need to, I'll just say you need to adapt. You need to learn and find out what's going on in these spaces and how you can use it to um, um, help and boost your business. You can integrate AI into chatbots nowadays, depending on the platform you're using. You can have a chatbot that answers customers when you're not available, whether it's Instagram, whether it's on a website, where when somebody logs into your website or completes your website, it pops up and asks them, "How can I help you today?" And once they ask the bot certain questions, you already have answers that have already pre-written, or the bot can answer based off how your website was built. If you are looking at a platform like Wix, initially Wix, you need to drag and drop and change the text yourself. In recent times, Wix has introduced AI and automations to their platform. So now when you visit the Wix website, which I added to the chat as well, it has the option for you to build a website with AI. You basically describe what business you have. So once again, I'm going to use the guy who's a chef. You talk about the fact that you're a chef. You mention the various meals that you cook, and then Wix will basically build the entire website for you and give you different templates for you to choose from. And based on the information that you give Wix, it's also going to write various copies on the website. So when you go to your about page, it's already written based off, once again, the information that you fed the AI when you started building the website. So I think in the future, AI is also going to continue being very helpful. We have augmented reality as well, where you can also try on products online. You can see yourself wearing the dress or the outfit to see how well it looks on you. So there are various AI tools and then tech trends that I feel like are going to help improve businesses online. I'm going to share some of the links in the chat as well, because I can't talk much, so that you can also visit them and also read more about all of these. Thank you, Carrington.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ian. So, final thoughts. Mr. Boateng, so do you have any last tips for businesses, particularly, regarding managing their businesses digitally?
All right. Thank you again, Carrington. And as I keep telling people that, sometimes managing finances can be quite Herculean, and that is what we face with most of our clients. So oftentimes what I tell people is that you don't necessarily need to, stress your head over the rocket nature of accounting and finance. It's always good that you understand these things, but where understanding them becomes very, very challenging, especially for you because you are not largely inclined to accounting and finance, it's always better to use a software. And like I say, these are some of the things that Build thought of, in bringing together a software to help the Ghanaian SME, right? The Ghanaian small business owner who probably does not understand accounting and finance, because the interface of Build is not accounting, it's not finance, it's just basic English, right? What are you selling? What are you buying? How much does it cost? And then the accounting is done on the background for you. So my recommendation for every business or everyone hearing as a business owner is that don't stress yourself so much on working your way around the accounting and the finance of your business. Outsource that function to a software that can help you manage all these things easily. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Mr. Boateng. We really appreciate that. All too soon, we've come to the end of this session, of this webinar. It was a very lovely experience. It was very insightful, very resourceful. Again, I'll entreat us to please check the chat, copy everything there. Very useful information. I've copied mine. I know what I'll use for, what I'll use it for. Please copy yours. Very, very insightful. And also, I'd like to thank all our speakers, Mr. Ian, Mr. Foster, Mr. Restus, Mr. Samuel Boateng. We appreciate it so much. Also, Mr. Ian, you spoke about bots and AI. So in the chat, can you elaborate on that? Because bots, some of us don't understand what bots are. So if you could elaborate on that for us, thank you very much. So guys, we had a great session. If you just joined, you've not lost much. Most of what we discussed is already in the chat, so go ahead and copy. We spoke a lot about how to scale your business from offline to online, sorry. And we talked about why it's critical. We talked about the key steps to success. We talked about the common mistakes to avoid. And also in the chat are some ways to build the online strategy for your business that you're moving online, and then how to overcome the challenges. We also we gave some real world examples where we talked about TikTok and how someone asked a question about how a chef can also scale their business online. We spoke about Mr. Restus highlighted the fact that it could be a conflict of interest if you're working in a restaurant and you're doing that. We also spoke about the fact that you don't have to necessarily be online. Anything that you're doing digitally is also considered a way of scaling your business. So between this 1 hour, we've had a myriad of conversations and very, very insightful things. So moving forward in the future, looking forward to our next webinar. We entreat you to, and I appreciate you all, the entire audience. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been very cooperative, and there have been not a lot of random noises in the background. So we appreciate your mindfulness on that. So we'll catch you all next time on our next webinar. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, feel free to check out our website, www.fido.money. If you want to take a loan, feel free to download the app on the Google Play Store or on the Apple App Store. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience, and I've been Carrington Amu. Take care.